Welcome to the City of Heroes podcast, a resource for the casual Heroes gamer.
Your hosts, Chooch and Viv, are here to explain basic and advanced features of CoH,
as well as give tips and answer your questions about this great MMO. Welcome, and hello, Taxi and viewers. Thank you for the raid right out the gate.
Wow, my gosh.
Wow, 20 people. Hello, thank you. I'm Chooch, and I'm joined here by my lovely wife, Viv, who's that way.
Hi. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you, Taxi. Thank you. Welcome, Raiders. Hi, everybody.
So good to see you all. This is the City of Heroes podcast, and we're here to bring you news and tips and tricks about this game that we all love. Today, we're going to talk about modding the client and how that happens. And let's set this aside. First up, as always, we talk about news and patch news and whatnot. For the City of Heroes podcast, we don't have really any news. We're always followed. We do this about an hour, and then we go into Viv's streaming Twitch channel, twitch.tv/vividmuse, and we do we go through different story arcs, and she reads the missions, and we do all that cool stuff. And today was going to be the continuation of her and Dythok's introduction to Incarnates, and that's been put on hold.
Damn you, Tyrant. Damn you.
Tyrant has been messing about with Dythok's machine.
Yeah, and I knew we were coming for him.
Right? Yeah. And so that's going to be postponed a little bit. But so instead, we're going to start off and run. What are we going to run? We're going to run ITF, because that's one of the strike forces for the week. Mm-hmm. And so the podcast doesn't really have any news, and Homecoming itself does not have any patch notes or news. But Viv was going to bring us some other stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to update you guys. This is something I'm probably going to do every week and every episode, unless we're running long in content. So the weekly strike target is through Monday morning is Time Zero, which we're going to be running on my stream later. Saga of Fathom, Justin Augustine. So Imperious Task Force is levels 35 to 50. Saga of Fathom is levels 44 to 50. And then Temple of the Waters, Opera of Renault, is level 25 to 30. And then starting Monday after these are done, it'll be Penelope Yen, which is level 20 to 25, Fathom the Kind, level 44 to 50, and Ice Mistral, level 35 to 40.
Very cool.
And I did just want to remind everybody that everything appears once per cycle apart from the 4 core villain strike forces, which is Terracost, Silver Mantis, Renault, and Ice Mistral, which will appear twice on their calendar. Every week now has 3 options, apart from Respec Week, which has all 6 Respec trials. I think that just happened recently. Villains most weeks have 2 options available for them, and level 50 content is evenly spaced, at least outside of the Shadow Shard TFs, which will appear sequentially once per cycle. You can also, and as a reminder, you can also refer to the LFG window in-game. It's along the bottom where you've got like team, league, email, all those things. There's one that says LFG, and if you click on that, it's the quick power travel power that Chooch was talking about 2 weeks ago. But if you pull that up and look, the weekly strike targets will be purple. Like they'll be highlighted with purple behind them. And you will only see the ones that you're eligible to run. So that could be different due to the different characters being different alignments, different levels. You know, if you're below the minimum level or missing a prerequisite arc. So those are the strike forces, if you wanted a little bit more detail. And then we've also got new dev choices, the January dev choices from the AEs. Why can I not read this? Let me do a little... I copied and pasted, but I didn't change the text color, so it's invisible. And I'm like, there should be something here. So the first one is the Golden Age of Paragon Society. I almost ran this morning just because of the name of it. It's ARC ID 3408, created by @WrongNumber. 5 missions, level range 25 to 54. Description is: every citizen of Paragon City has heard of the adventures of the Paragon Society, a hero group that was active from the 1930s through the 70s. The last surviving member of this group has asked for your help investigating a secret involving the 5th column that dates back to World War II. And then the House of Gaunt Saints, ARC ID 37489 by @DARMIAN. Level range 20 to 25. Description is: in the shadows of Pretoria, a secret war rages as Praetor Sinclair seeks to wipe out traitors who have allied themselves with the forces of Primal Earth and attempt to sabotage the Emperor's plans. There can be no mercy. Looks fun, right?
Yeah.
And then there's one called, is it just called Gravity? Yes, ARC ID 42775, created by @CraneBump. Level range 30 to 35. Data calls on you to lend a hand with a current conundrum. As always, though, there's more on the horizon than initially appears. Can you bring yet another sinister plot crashing to Earth? Or will your unseen foe achieve their sky-high aspirations? So yeah, check them out. I'd love to hear what you think. There's a whole thread every month on the dev choices. Again, they're available through the Architect Information System. And, just go up to that little console and look around and see what your other fellow players are creating for the game. Some of it's in lore, some of it's not. And it all seems fun to me. And I don't know if X5 is listening, but X5, I know you're not done yet, probably, and that's okay. You let me know when. We've got a special little a special channel, by the way, that we're setting up in our Discord. And the Discord channel is going to be something called like Epic Acts of Epic Greatness or something like that. And so what we're asking is just like in the old days when folks would send in their bios. We had a lot of fun getting character bios from viewers back in the day. We're going to do that again, and if time and stuff allow, then we will read those online. If it's audio, we'll share it. You know us. We love to share audio. But also AE arcs. I want your original content in there, if you don't mind, please and thank you. And again, we'll go through and pick ones to run from time to time. We are often trying to figure out, well, what do we want to do next? And I say we shine the spotlight on our fellow players.
Yeah, definitely.
Just me. So I don't know. Did you put the do we have the Discord? Let me do that. Hopefully we've got a, yep, there's our Discord channel in the chat if you guys want to click on it. And if that channel hasn't gone live yet, it will today.
I forgot to say,
if you ding 50, come by and tell us about it. Drop a picture in there of your character. We want to see it all. We want to see all the fun you guys are having.
Forgot to mention up top that I was hiding somewhere again. And thank you for the sub, Kyle. Thank you very much. And thank you for the Kyle. Follow. Crocus Pocus. Nice.
Ooh, thank you, Crocus Pocus. Thanks for following.
So yeah, I am hiding on the Excelsior server. I'm not, it's not anywhere very, very difficult to find, we thought we'd start off fairly easy. But so that's why my map isn't open. The main topic is we're going to talk about mods, and one of those is video maps. So I am going to open my map, which is obviously going to show you where I am. But I think this is someplace that a lot of people know. Anyways, I see corn dogs. But with that said, so the main topic is client mods. And we are specifically going to talk about video maps, which is something that everybody is just absolutely needs to have.
Yeah.
In our not so humble opinions.
Well, and I nagged him again yesterday, like, we're going to do video maps, right? Because I saw another streamer that wasn't using it, and I told him about it, but, it's hard to talk about explaining text.
Sure. And actually, I'm going to switch scenes really quick. Through the magic of internet. To see, and one thing that when you talk about mods in City of Heroes, you really have to talk about, I also think, CoHModder. which is an application that, let me open up the web page. So I guess maybe I should talk about what is a mod, right? What is a mod? A mod is modifying the client in some way. So Vidiot Maps is a very common mod. What it does is it changes the images for the in-game map, and it replaces the texture file to have more information on it. So it'll tell you where badges are and things like that, notate other things on the map. Other mods will replace the sound effects that you hear in the game. So a very common one is for to make glowies sound different, so they're a little easier to find. Or to some are to modify costume pieces or chest pieces. So maybe you have something copywritten, like the Batman logo, and you can replace a logo in the game with that Batman logo. So you'll see it and you can have your full-on costume. So there's a lot of different modifications and things that you can do in the game. Most of them involve copying, pasting text files into specific directories and that sort of thing. And this application, CoHModder, actually does all of that work for you. You can find it at cityofplayers.com/CoHModder. The Philotic Knight is the programmer who's brought this little piece of wonderfulness to us. And it's a very simple little application. There's no installer. You download the exe, you place it in a directory, the base of your City of Heroes client. You can see on my CoHModder, c:\\cox/homecoming, because I'm using the homecoming launcher, and everything below that folder is the actual game file. So if you're using Tequila or something else, this path might be a little different, but it's right at the core wherever your launcher is. And you double click that exe from that folder, and you tell it where your root folder is. You can install it anywhere else you want and tell it where the root folder is here. But, I like having it all in one place. And it's basically you have all of these different modifications that are listed, that are available to be downloaded. And you can change them to different categories for things that just affect the sound or things that just affect graphics. And then there's miscellaneous and a few other. And you can download the file, and if you download it, it puts it into this central area where you can get all of the information about it, read the descriptions and all the detailed information. And this actually copies the zip file basically into your root game folder. And then you can open the zip manually and you can see what's inside and see if you really do want to install it, if it looks like there's anything scary. But, Philotic Knight is acting kind of as a gatekeeper here. And, not just everything in the world goes in there. So, there won't be anything with viruses or whatnot. Certainly not a guarantee. The world's a horrible place, but it's a game. You can select it, download it, and then check it out, or you can directly install it, and it'll install it directly into your game client. As far as I know, you should have the game logged out so that it makes these modifications, and then when you launch the game again, they'll come into memory. I don't think anything bad will happen if you install mods while the game's launched, but you will not see anything change until you quit and then come back in, because it has to reload everything back into memory. That's the core of it, and I thought I would go through what some of these actually do and look like. Some of them I have loaded up in the game, and to me, the most, people have a lot of different reasons for using mods, and for me, kind of the most, I don't want to say legitimate, but I don't know, for lack of a better term, are things that help people with disabilities get to explore the game and play the game. And so a lot of mods and games, that's exactly what these are for. A lot of them are totally silly and whimsical and fun, and that's awesome. But I wanted to highlight these. So one that I have installed is high visibility cursors, and it looks like it's not showing my cursor in the game, is it? It is not. Let's see. I can zoom out a little bit. You can get a better idea of where I am. if you want to try to find me.
There's a setting somewhere to show cursor, and I don't remember where it is.
I thought I had turned it on. Let me double click here. Oh, here we go. Cursor capture, relaunch. And there it is. So if you see my cursor, we know that in game you can change the size of your cursor. But what I have here is a specific mod called, what is it called? It's called Outlined Cursors. And it specifically gives your cursor this white outline so that whether you're over a dark area or a really light area, it's still going to show up no matter what. It's just with a lot of action on screen, it's really easy to lose your cursor. And I used to just blow it up, but now we've got this outlined one so you can blow up and make it a little better. There are also 4 other sets of high visibility mouse cursors. They are basically they're different colors. If I guess I'm going to do a lot of switching back and forth. Actually, I should probably copy that. Let me copy this. Real-time production. Come back to gameplay. There we go. Thank you, Taxi. Very necessary. So these high visibility cursor sets. So these are variants that are essentially different colored cursors. Unfortunately, you don't get a preview on here. But just know that those are available if you do have low visibility or have a problem finding the mouse sometimes. High visibility cursors and outlined cursors. Another is icons, another specific category in here. And there's only a couple of them. And I don't know if all of them are really valid anymore. But so one that I have installed here are these numbered inspirations. So actually, depending on the size of them, they either have a 1 or 2 or a 3 up in the corner. And sometimes, the colors or the icons are a little tough to tell. And that's just, a quicker way to tell which inspirations you're going to click on before you use it and eat it. Yay, inspirations. Other icons are custom enhancements.
Thank you for the air horn, Kyle.
Right. Some people have, like this one, loves inspiration icons, near complete overhaul of inspiration icons, featuring tier markers and some new symbols. So people have completely replaced different enhancement graphics to something that they feel fixes something that was lacking or makes them a little more unique from other things. So a couple that stands out, loves inspiration icons. Regenerative tissue has a specific one. And like one that I said, I'm not sure if it's valid anymore. This one was called erroneous power icons. So apparently some of the power icons were actually broken in game and had some issues, and people had gone in and went and fixed them up. So that's cool. On the under others, something that I feel is pretty important for reading specifically is, if you notice, my fonts are different than the fonts built into the game. And it takes, basically replaces the font. Oh, I just realized I've got this overlaying. Anyways, the mod is called Verdana Font Replacer, and it replaces the in-game font with Verdana, which is a Microsoft font that's intentionally created to be very clear whether it's larger or smaller. So it's a sans serif block font, kind of like Helvetica, that's intended to be easier to read. Boop. So if you can see on my screens here, that's exactly what it does. It just makes everything. I don't know if I can get it. Anyways, I was trying to look for like a block of text, but all of the text is just much, much easier than the in-game font, in my humble opinion. And then let's see a couple others. Oh, I forgot to install that one. So one is the Universal Emotes menu. And what it does is lets you create an in-game pop-up with, boop, all of the emotes that are in the game. Oh, I just realized this is getting blocked by the Twitch chat. So sorry. Can I move that? Yeah, I can just move this whole thing, this whole bar.
Hey, Grudge Monster. Welcome, welcome.
So it gives you some quick emotes for things that happen frequently. Point, thanks, you're welcome, yes. It has them grouped by different things, so all of the idols, food and drink, and then it has literally every single emote in-game in alphabetical order. So if you think you remember there was a emote, you can find it here, and it has all of the costume changes. I don't even know this. If you take these combinations, like 1,000 different costume change combinations. So, that's definitely more on the fun side than the utility side, but especially for like role players, it's, it can be a really great way to quickly add more spice to your gaming. One utility in the same vein is around badges, and it is called Badge List Menu. Once you install it, you can either do it, you can launch it from the chat window or from a macro or from a keybind. They give you instructions on how to do all of them. But as a pop menu, you click it, and then this gives you all of the badges in the game. So it has them here, like, you can normally click up here and you can go through them by achievement, accolade, that sort of thing. So it's same thing here, but it's much faster to zip through. And you can go to like any achievement and it'll show you anything that's highlighted you already have, and the ones that are grayed out you don't have. So,
ooh, I need that.
Yeah, right?
I need like everything you've shown so far. All of it.
And one of the really cool things is for like exploration, you can click on a zone and the exploration badges you don't have are not only grayed out, but you can click a button and have it put a thumbtack on the map. So you can just travel straight to it once you get to the zone. And of course, full alphabetical listing of every single badge in the game. Allegedly, on any of these badges, you click them, and on the ones that you have, you can click it, and it's supposed to set your title, and it seems to be broken right this moment. I had to manually go into the badge menu, and it didn't set it from here for me, so that may just be me, I don't know. And one I forgot to install, so I can't show you, but it's called Conversion Possibilities. And what it is all about is inset conversions. If you create... I guess I don't have any. Well, I've got some of these. Now I'll let you convert those. I don't have any iOS sets. But so normally when you do these conversions, there is, that's a whole other topic that we're going to do. What I call the auction house shuffle and tumbling enhancements for profit. But basically, certain enhancements can convert into certain other enhancements. And when you're going through different level ranges, only certain ones convert into certain other things. So what this conversion menu does is it creates one of these pop-up menu things, but it gives you all of the different recipes, and it'll tell you what it'll convert into at any given level. So it can help you when you're doing that kind of crafting business. But I can't show it to you because, yeah, right. So... Next, let's look at some. So yeah, probably the most is maps. And boop. Under the map category, I'm sorry, under graphics categories, it has the different maps, and I have a couple installed. Thought that was under graphics. Oh, there is a maps category. Silly me. So one is Vidiot Maps, which is world famous, and the other one is Optimal Badge /map. And so here's where I will open up my map and reveal my exact super secret location that I'm sure everybody instantly figured out. And I'm having a problem with my cursor now. Where did my cursor go?
So while we're waiting, I've been putting some shout outs in the chat.
Awesome.
Number one was to Taxi, as of course you guys know I'll watch Taxi stream anything. I just love her streams. They're so funny. And then I, of course, gave a shout out to the Dual House because they're just such a great community within the community for helping new folks and old folks and everybody. It's a lot of naughty, spicy fun.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to Dythok, who again is my partner in crime on the Incarnate Trial introduction series that I'm doing over on my channel. Please follow him, sub to him, donate, cheer. Even though he's not streaming, he misses us. We miss you too, Dythok, big time. Just waiting for when you can come back. And I'm going to throw one in for Trauma Train Rich as well, who is very active in the chat, as well as Doll and Taxi. Rich streams with us on the regular. He is our dude. We love him. We've streamed with, or we teamed with him. We didn't stream with him. Back in the day, we teamed with him. We had him on our podcast previously. And as soon as it came up, there were very few people that we contacted, and he was one of the very first, if not the first. I was in such an excited panic. I don't know who I told first, other than him, Chooch. But Rich is fantastic. He is funny. He's smart. He knows so much about City of Heroes. Please throw him a follow, throw him a corn dog, a cheer, whatever, sub, whatever you feel like. But we love Rich, and I'm just so thrilled that I've dragged him, not really kicking and screaming, but there has been some and complaining. I'm not going to lie. But he's here and he's streaming, and that's what I wanted. So yay. And I'll be throwing some other shout outs in the chat as well. But I just wanted to say those while Chooch was getting things ready.
And the map is working again. So Vidiot Maps, as I mentioned, annotates the in-game maps. So we have locations of the different plaques, all of the exploration badges, contacts, and then it tells you where the zone events are. You see each section of the city has these gradated yellow, red, orange, and that's basically how dangerous that zone is. So you can see this one's all yellow, and it has clockwork level 10 to 15 and trolls level 10 to 16. So when you have to do your kind of hunts and those sort of things, this tells you exactly where to find them. It has the traditional, in-game icons, of course, are already there. And if you're familiar with Vidiot Maps, but you see these other lines I have on here, that is called Optimal Badge / Plaque Collection Path Maps. Yeah, that's a mouthful. But it is, what it says is basically, how can you travel through a zone and collect all of the exploration badges and all of the plaques? And if you follow this line, you're going to hit each of them in the most optimal way. And that's exactly what it's all about. It's as simple as that. Oh, and the Vidiot Maps also has the day jobs. And so this optimal path, they took the work that Vidiot Maps did and they added their own graphics on top of. So you don't have to actually install them both. You can just install the optimal badge path, and you get both, the best of both worlds. And so that's one of my new favorite tools. I am slowly starting to remember when we get into a zone, find the nearest exploration badge so you can unlock the long-range teleporter. I constantly forget to do that on pretty much every character. And my options are so spotty, depending on the character. That helps a whole lot. I think, the other map that is available in there is the winter event gift map. So I guess it shows where all the presents spawn during the winter events. I never did test it when that was live, so I can't confirm how accurate it is. One note, all right, so those are maps. The other two big areas are in graphics and audio. And I'll play some of the audio ones in a minute. Graphics, and one big note about graphics and audio that can be a little, confusing, is that all of this is client side, which means only you see it and only you hear it. Any of these modifications that you make, that doesn't affect anybody else in the game. So there are, costume patches that change your graphics so that you can look exactly like Iron Man, but you're only going to look exactly like Iron Man on your screen. You're not going to look like them to anybody else in the game because it doesn't synchronize that kind of stuff. Client side only. So what kind of things can you do? Boop. In the graphics arena, let's actually zip to a base. One new favorite that I have, it actually changes the in-game base teleporter beacon labels. So if we head over to teleporters, normally you have, those little fuzzy maps and that tells you what the different zones are. This actually puts very clear words overlaid that tells you exactly where each thing goes. So you can run up and it's much easier to find things. Right?
Need.
One other one is we've got
Mitten.
We've got there. Boop. This neutral icon, or sorry, any character creator or icon, this makes the backgrounds completely neutral. So they're gray, as you can see. And normally it has, gradiated colors and whatnot. And with this neutral background, it can help to see some of the effects, particularly when you get into the power effects. These aren't really great examples, are they? Oh, that's because those are the pool. Duh. Sorry. So some of these effects can be, the colors are really difficult to see because of the wild colors that they normally have on that screen. So,
yeah.
So, whoop. Tabby. Neutral character selection and creation backgrounds is what it's called. Another one I do not have installed is the 6-fold snowflake. Snowflakes changes the snowflake 2 chest emblem and the cryo ammo icon to hexagons instead of octagonal designs because ice crystals don't have 8 points, damn it. That's right.
Damn it.
That's in the mod text. A little scientific accuracy.
Oh my God, I love nerds so much.
And of course, because the internet exists, there is a female nude patch that
I don't like that.
Allows creation of nude costumes by replacing one specific top and one specific bottom. So it doesn't let you make every lady in the game nude. You have to specifically design your costume to use those specific pieces, and then just your lady looks nude. That's one of the first mods that hits every game. Anytime there's graphics mods.
True. That's true.
It seems like to me anyways. I'm going to head back outside. And
Red Monster says, recently I discovered if your character enters a red phone booth, not only does it not take you to the Ministry of Magic, the door of the booth falls off. Bell says included in that it on the costume parts is including the Knives of Vengeance lore pets. The lore pets are wearing the nude costume, the modded nudes.
Oh,
notice
technology.
how Chooch doesn't show his nude lady mods. He better not. Whoop his ass. Predatoaster. To be fair, Doll thought it said mood patch, and she was crabby that day. Doll's never crabby. She's a wonderful light for all of us.
To be fair, no, yeah. So those are the only actual graphic mods I do have is the teleporter beacons and the neutral character creation thing. There's a whole lot in here. So most of these, really, a lot of what these have to do with, the ones that are installed. There's the nude batch V1. A lot of the things, what they do is they'll tone down costume pieces or like, certain effects. And that's really true in the audio. Actually, we'll get to in a second. But like here, dimmer smoke particles, update the old style camo with the new style army digital camo, camouflage textures, turn katanas into brooms, change the alien face into a monkey ape face, super smoothed metallic textures instead of. So yeah, there's the 6-fold snowflake. Damn it. One changes the big statement statue to be all colorful and stuff. So those are the main graphic mods. And then the last category are the audio mods. And like I mentioned, the majority of these are designed to either make things less annoying or to make them more fun. Again, these are client side only, right? It doesn't change how anything else gets affected. But I downloaded some of them as examples. Boop. What do I need to open? I need to open that. So, like I mentioned, some of them change the glowy sounds. You have the normal, the traditional wom wom wom, really quiet glowy sound. And there's one called loud glowy, which just literally doubles how loud glowies are. Which can definitely, make it easier to hear. One is this one. It changes the glowy to sound like a music box.
I like that.
Oops, I'll turn off the loops. One changes it. The one that we use is called Glowy Mod, and it changes it to have the Sputnik beep. And it just makes it a lot easier to, that one, because of how I'm losing the word, intervals. It actually helps you triangulate because the game has stereoscopic sound. And so sometimes it can actually help you directly find it. I haven't tried the music box in game. And that might make it easier too. I'm not sure. Thought this one was interesting. It changes the savage melee sounds to be more savage. So they actually took some of these, they take, sound effects out of movies and stuff. So different punches and things. And this one they added in that, and then they added in, much more exciting hits. They sound pretty much the same, don't they? Summon wolves.
Wow.
So those are mixed in with your, as you're swinging, swishing, and you're making these monstrous sounds because you're so savage. Thought those were fun. One is another, I'll call it an equalizer, a feminist. So how all of the ladies end up with high stiletto heel sounds regardless of what you're wearing.
My work boots don't sound like that.
This replaces all the females. There's concrete running, sidewalks, streets, wood.
I like that.
So it gives the ladies actual boot sounds instead of little dainty stiletto sounds. Another fun one is realistic flight sounds. So while you're flying around, instead of having this, kind of synthesizer fakey thing, they actually took real life sounds. Oops. It's an actual jet plane flying.
I like it.
Big whooshes. They supposedly sound different, but they sure sound a whole lot the same to me. But
there's a difference, I'm sure of it.
Right? Some of the ones, although I realize now I don't really have the original. So, like I said, there's a couple things are meant to make things less annoying. One thing people find annoying is the hasten sound, and so there's a few different. That one seems even louder, but apparently when it's in game, it's lower and subtler. Maybe that's the one that makes it cooler. There's another one that makes it there's one that makes it silent. Completely silent. Similar to this one, the fanfare of leadership when you go doo-doo-doo every single time you come into a zone or do anything different. That's a subtler replacement, so you still have an audio effect, but it's not as annoying. There's one that was just called Less Annoying Sounds. And it's a pack of a bunch of different things. So there's like a demon taunt, hasten, different transportations. It replaces a whole bunch all at the same time. There's one that when you're in Portal Core, it changes all of the portals into TARDISes.
Boner.
Right? And it has the full with the brakes and everything. But so instead of that constant Portal Core hum,
I like that.
One of our all-time favorites, one of my all-time favorites. I don't know why they replaced the male taunt, but they did replace it, and you know what our favorite is.
The best one.
I had to immediately install and bring back the old school male taunt.
Yeah.
There's one, I can't believe I didn't download it. There's one that I know that X5 likes a lot. It changes blast. I can't remember which specific, which sets, beam rifle and all those basically turns them into Star Wars blaster sounds. And there's one that changes to katanas and those into lightsaber. So you're doing lightsaber battles all the time. I don't know why I didn't grab that one. That's kind of silly. There's a couple that change the demon sounds. And one standout changes all the demons into kitties.
Oh, taxi! Oh my god.
There's a lot of them.
Oh my god. As long as they don't have one in heat.
Right.
That's the only thing I ask. Not one in heat. That sound is
just... Demon of missile power.
Oh my god. Woo! I love it.
Those are a lot of fun. And
so,
sorry?
No, I was just going to read from the comments. Please go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Taxi says, a friend of mine has a Transformer bot that sounds for Bot's Mastermind, which sounds really cool.
Excellent.
Rich says, I heard that if you change more than 20 sounds, it says, maybe this game isn't for you. Oh my gosh.
It's an Easter egg.
Yeah, Predatoaster wants a fart sound that would be great for activating flight. Oh my gosh.
There's a lot of music replacements in here. There's ones that changed. People have re-envisioned the Atlas Park, and they've created new orchestral, compositions. There's ones that replace the Pocket D music with either the Matrix techno music when they're dancing in the caves, or changes it to Daft Punk. Gender neutral sonic blast. That's another one. That's the one I mentioned, hasten muted, so it completely removes it.
Chooch, is this the one that can be found at cityofplayers.com?
Exactly. All of this is in CoHModder, the CoHModder program. Which I just realized I have. Oh no, I guess
Ash. Oh, I do. I do the Matrix music and Pocket D. Ooh.
Cool.
Doll says, Predatoaster, that fart is called Afterburner.
And the Philotic Knight actually has another custom complete sound set called the Philotic Knight's Fantastic Force Field Phonomonic Sounds Pack. And it might be what you're looking for, because it replaces all of those powers with his own custom recorded at home.
Oh my God.
Force hands.
I thought I caught you doing weird stuff with a microphone. That's
Glowy.
interesting.
Force bolt. And what else do you really need, right?
Yeah. And of course, I'm going to add, Doll's right, we should warn folks, but in case you don't already know it, you cannot use anything from copywritten protected stuff. So if you put visuals of Spider-Man on your mod and then you stream it, you're going to get whacked with a DMCA strike or copyright strike or whatever, something like that. Same thing with the audio. You might want to be careful with as well if you're streaming it or monetizing it or putting it on YouTube or anything like that. You can't monetize that stuff.
Yeah, when it's just you at home, everything goes.
Yeah,
if you're streaming, then you're outing yourself.
Yeah. Did you include I know that when we were talking with X5 the other night, he listed a few. He has sound mods for things like hasten and leadership.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned
Flight
those ones.
Flight has a longer loop. There's somewhere in the CoHModder or things he's listing. Flight has a longer loop to sound like wind.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know you mentioned the badgeless pop menu, and then beacon labels. Yeah, you did those too. So yeah, I think you covered them all. And then some.
Oop, close that one.
I added some more links in the chat to different folks. I can't remember everybody that I linked to, but I know I got Greb and The Real Smooth and Brig Live, who, if you don't recognize that name, Brig is the gentleman that I basically owe rent to right now because I'm living in his fire farms right now in AE. He's the one that made that big fire farm, the fire farms that everybody uses, and of course the radiation. Yeah, Cosmicon and the builds that he's put out there for those of us that are tired of rattling our little tin cans on the corner and put us to work. But I'm linking folks that are streaming in the COH space. Sometimes it came up with a different game that they have most recently played, but they are all COH streamers. So give them a try. There's a lot of different flavors there.
Absolutely. And that's it for the main topic. There are a few mods that are not in CoHModder. None come to mind at the moment. I know I've heard of, some of the costume mods and things that for the copywritten superheroes and that sort of thing. that I don't think are in here. And they are fairly easy to use. Doll asks, do you use CoH Splasher? I do not. I have never heard of that. I will have to look that up.
Thank you for the follow, NYC guy. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. So while he's looking that up, I'll just let you guys know we're here every other Saturday. So we're here this week, and then we'll be back again. I think it's like the 8th or something like that. But so every 2 weeks on Saturdays, we do it at 6 Eastern. And if you have any interest in getting this audio version instead, then you can go to like iTunes and all your usual pod places, and you can find us there under City of Heroes Podcast with Chooch and Viv.
Thank you for that. So here's some CoHsplash.blogspot. So I'm going to imagine that it lets you change your splash screen graphics.
Basic questions. So you have to use both versions to change both screens for the login and the character select screens.
Oh, okay.
Each version works only on one. So to change both, you must use both. Thank you for the sub, Black Pebble. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. Thank you. Smart. Doing it with your Prime account. That's good. For the folks that don't know, if you have Amazon Prime, you get a free sub every month, a free Prime sub. And you can just give that to somebody. It costs you nothing. You go in and you have to link up your Amazon account to your Twitch account. But come on, it probably is anyways. Bezos owns both. But yeah, you can just give those to your favorite streamers. So thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And thank you for the follow, Thunderbird.
Yeah, good to see you. I always like to catch your stream when I can. So Doll literally
I gave a shout out.
Doll literally just did the splasher this morning. You can also change music. Oh, cool. So like the intro music. Ooh. Yeah, it shows your WA and MP4. Oh, it does not. Right. Cool. Oh, cool. Awesome. There's a cool mod tool. So yeah, if anybody has other mod tools that they like or enjoy, something that I didn't mention is called Pig Viewer. And Pig Viewer is basically one of the tools that people use to actually package and create these things. There's Pig Viewer and Pig Viewer Pro, or Piglet is the Ouroboros dev teams. And in the game has these resource files, which they call PIGG files. And it's basically kind of like a zip file that has all of the graphics and textures and combines them into these collections. And that's where all of this stuff comes from. And the Pig Viewers allow you to open those, look at the resources inside, or extract the resources, modify them, and put them back in. And the way that the game currently works, you have to replace things' names. Like you can't create a new named costume piece that way. You have to replace an existing costume piece that way. And so that's obviously a whole other big long topic. It's like Viv's probably got to duck out here, right? She's got to get prepped.
Yeah, I was just about to do that.
Her stream.
I was just casting in Superior and Viz. I'm still going to be here, but I'm going to switch over to my stream while we're finishing this up. You guys soon. Keep talking, Chooch.
Sure thing. So Doll's mentioning more about the splasher. So change the music also. Various other textures, including the billboards. Oh, cool. I had different billboards for years, but then had to remove them all recently because they were not safe for streaming. Somehow we're not really surprised by that. Kyle, Pig Viewer is as close as we'll get to a corn dog viewer. Trauma drain.
Oh my gosh.
Pig Viewer is the secret cameras where I work.
Yikes.
Very cool. Let's see, we've got another couple minutes. So yeah, like I said, if you have other mod tools, please let us know and we will be sure to highlight them. If you've created any kind of custom tool that you use with the game, there's a couple other external tools that we're going to talk about later that are, they're not specifically mods though. So like the Badger badge tracking, the old school, what was it called? Hero Stats. That had
Hero
gotten,
Stats, yeah.
Yeah. That had gotten picked up and relaunched, but it's not really a mod. It's something that's outside. It's like a third-party support tool kind of thing. So maybe we'll do a collection. There's not a whole lot of those out there, though. But, we will do a scoop up of those in a future. We do not currently have the next episode decided. We don't have this hard decision on what the next topic's going to be. We've got a couple irons in the fire, so we hope to have an announcement pretty soon that we'll put in our Discord. I know Vivid, I'll link it again. Boop. In the chat, our Discord is, it's where, we put any kind of newsy things and keep up to date, and where we do our impromptu teaming. We've done a handful of random game night teaming, and generally on nights that we don't stream, we may randomly jump in and run some TFs or run something else, but and we do calls out on the Discord for people to come in and come talk to us. Mids is a great topic. Yes, Mids is 100% going to be its own stream for sure. Thanks for that, Taxi. And with that, I'm going to sign out. I'm going to play that wonderful outro. Thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for everybody in the chat. Kyle mentions I got to read the chat because there's lots of lulls in here. Yeah, I'm going to have to
wait. I've got to read this from Excel. Can I read this from Excelsior?
Of course.
Excelsior Sentenza asks, is it possible to add the Benny Hill song to the TPN trial? I think it's necessary. Necessary. I definitely have the audio file available through Channel Points for sure. I'll make sure.
I think I may have added it into our Channel Points things. I added a whole bunch of new things. Anyways.
Yeah, Mids is going to be a whole conversation, I think.
Right.
So I'll ask about Mids,
Yeah, we've got a list like crazy long on things we want to cover, and we'll eventually get to all of them, but out of time now. So thanks for joining, everybody, and we will see you in 2 weeks if we don't team up sooner.
Always possible.
Right? Catch you next time. This podcast, its hosts, and websites are not in any way affiliated with NCSoft, Cryptic Studios, or Homecoming Servers.
All views expressed are solely of the hosts and their guests.
This podcast is released under a Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial, Share-alike license, which is explained in detail at CoHPodcast.com.
Good hunting, heroes.